Hello, folks. Mr. Golf, Fred Geffen here. Hope you're doing well wherever you happen to be. It's raining here on the south shore of Long Island in New York. It's going to be raining all day today and evidently all day tomorrow. And in the low 40s, which actually is an absolutely beautiful, wonderful day compared to what we've been having west of where we are. Technically, from the point that I'm standing, west is that way. I got it right the first time. Not so nice. Anyway, I figured while I'm hanging in the rain with not particularly much else to do, I thought I would take a moment to discuss the two major design flaws in the Ping G425 Max driver head. Two major design flaws, Mr. Golf, you say? Yes, indeed, I do say. But don't feel bad. I'm going to point these out to you now. That's the bad news. The good news is, personally, and at our podcast, inthewholepodcast.com, we don't just necessarily complain about something. We like to offer creative solutions. There's no such thing as a problem in life, folks. Remember that. It's just situations in need of solutions. So anyway, what's the problem with the Ping G425 Max driver head? Well, I'll tell you what the problem is. It seems the good people at Ping have never heard of something called a knit head cover. Okay? Now, not for nothing, golf has been played in some form or another for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. When you had your clubs and you wanted to cover them and protect them, what did you do? Generally, someone would knit you a knit head cover for your clubs. These have been used for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. It's a lovely tradition which a decent amount of us today still hold to be true. It's gotten a little silly with every type of extinct creature, in the world that, they're making head covers for, but that's cool. It's still a knit head cover, keeping the tradition alive. This, on the other hand, is the real deal. This is an official Jan Craig, free plug because they're very nice people, Jan Craig head cover. You can go back to a long, long time ago, but we don't have to go any further than arguably the greatest golfer of all time. That would be the Golden Bear, Jack Nicklaus. Always sported Jan Craig head covers, and now I believe her granddaughter Janet has taken over the company. And this is what I had them make for me. I actually had another Jan Craig head cover for many years that was one of my alter egos, CPR Man. I don't know whether you folks are aware of it or not, but Mr. Golf has a side gig. That side gig is I am an American Heart Association certified CPR instructor. I train doctors, nurses, first responders, EMTs, personal trainers, corporations, anybody wants to learn CPR. There you go. We're there for you. Anyway, my head cover said CPR Man on it. It started to tear after many years. Jan Craig, beautiful situation. Your head cover tears because of wear, not that you took a knife to it or something like that, but send it back, and if not too crazy a hole, they're happy to fix it. Trick is to get it back to them before it becomes too big. Anyway, put it in the U.S. mail. Big mistake. Got the tracking. Shouldn't be an issue. I don't know. I checked the tracking on a Thursday after I sent it out, and it said, to be delivered at such and such address Friday. I took the tracking card for, don't even ask me why I would do something as silly as this, because as a general rule, I would not. But I tossed the thing in the garbage and kind of forgot about it because I guess at the time of year it was, I wasn't playing golf anytime soon. Or I had one spare driver cover, downstairs that, was from 100 million years ago. Anyway, long story short, I don't hear from Jan Craig for a couple of weeks. I call them up, I go, what's with my head cover? They go, we never got it. No, that was the end of that. Anyway, so I had to order a new head cover, which is cool. I have no problem with that. And this time we went for the full 9 yards. This time we went with Mr. Golf. You got it. Right here. Possibly the coolest Jan Craig head cover of all times. Anyhow, so I take this lovely knit head cover, and I guess I already had the driver. I don't even remember because I have no memory at this point anyway. And yes, I'm still wearing my completely ripped up, I'm throwing it away. I actually have a replacement. I found one on eBay. Where else? I actually found a replacement for this, but partying is such sweet sorrow, and clearly this is actually the good part of it. You should see what the rest of it looks like. Anyway, to the complete horror of Mrs. Golf, I still have it on, but when it comes off this time, instead of going into the wash, it's going into the garbage. No problem. Anyhow, I'll get a little more keppy in there. Anyhow, so, had my ping driver. Went and got my Jan Craig head cover. Went to put my Jan Craig head cover on said ping driver. And, uh-oh, Houston, we have a problem. What's the problem? Well, in case you don't necessarily know, the Ping G425 Max has a little sliding kind of rectangular weight on it. Okay? That weight, as it happens, has a very sharp edge. In other words, it goes like this. It goes up, across, and down, and then back. Kind of like a pyramid with the top half cut off. It's got a nice two sharp angles right there. Well, guess what didn't want to happen? It didn't want to get itself past the neck of the head cover. Okay. Oh, okay, now it's coming back to me. Okay, that was the problem. I had the CPR Man head cover. When I got this Ping, that all of a sudden was an issue. Okay, I sent it back to Jan Craig. It didn't get there. I ordered the Mr. Golf. Not inexpensive, by the way, but you pay for quality. And this thing will, the first one lasted more years than I can remember. I'm sure this one, they could probably bury me with it. Anyway, you pay for quality. But in all fairness, compared to a Scotty Cameron putter cover, this thing is cheap. It's like pennies. Comparatively, for the insanity that people pay for Scotty Cameron head covers. I actually have, I'm embarrassed to admit it. No, I'm not that embarrassed to admit it. I have 2 Scotty Cameron head covers that I purchased that I stuck in a drawer and I'm going to forget about for a while. They were $75 each. One was the Caddy Credo, which is the 3 lines? Show up, keep up, and shut up, which is a very cool head cover. And I forgot what the second one was off the top of my head, but it was probably pretty cool also. But anyway, these Scotty head covers, oh my stars, they go for insane amounts of money. But anyway, this was not chicken feed. So, I have a problem. I know I have a problem. I say to the nice people at Jan Craig, do me a favor. Make this one a ½ an inch wider at the neck. If you can see this, this is generally wider than they'd make it. I didn't know at the time that it wasn't even going to be close. So it of course shows up, I go to put it on, and I know I'm in trouble. It's not going to go on because the little notchkies on the bottom half of the pyramid are catching it. So now I'm annoyed. What do I do? Well, I can't junk the weight. That's taking, oh my God, I think 24 grams, maybe, the initial weight. You can buy different weights, by the way, online at Golfsmith. I believe. Don't go on eBay or buy like on Amazon. Go to Golfsmith and buy, if you want to buy, have you ping and you want to buy an additional, like a lighter or heavier or whatever weight. They have all kinds, and they're for real. They're legit. They work. I tried the other way. It was the same damn price. Get them through Golfsmith. Save yourself the aggravation. Anyway, now I still have a problem. I'm also talking way too much, which is always a problem. Anyhow, what do I do? How do I solve this problem? Light bulb moment. It's metal. What do you do with metal? You file down metal. I called a metallurgy place on the island. Said to the woman, I said, can you file down a little bar of tungsten? And she goes, no. I said, okay. I said, just out of curiosity, who would you suggest could do that? And this woman's a freaking genius. She says, stops and thinks a minute. And she says to me, how about a body shop? Bing, 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 bing. Light bulb going off. How about a body shop? Take the club. Go to my body guy. Do me a favor, will you? Take a file to this. He goes into the back, and I'm here, and it's going on and on. Finally, he comes back, and this is what he hands me. See if you can see this. Can you see this? Can you see what he did? He rounded the edges. Beautiful. I'm so excited. What did it cost me? 2 grams? I'm not worried about 2 grams in weight. I'm swinging this club with a 48-inch. See this baby? This. My graphite design ADDI-5R1 shaft. This puppy is uncut. Uncut with my special, what are these? CP2 Pro, C3PO, my Pro, because these are the Golf Pride grips that have just the littlest bit of sponge to them. You see the ones with the colors or the black and whites, the gray and whites I used to have on here that all the guys on tour use. Those are rocks, which is fine if you want ultimate complete feel. This, I noticed no difference in feel, and there's 2 versions. There's a little squishier version. This is the Pro. The whatever blue is a little squishier. This, just the tiniest little bit of squish to it. Perfect. Takes a little bit of the sting out of them old arms. Anyhow, so he hands me back that. Beautiful. Problem solved, right? I go to put the head cover on. As it goes on, it catches. I go, what the hell is it catching on now? This is rounded. I take it off. I take a look. I go, oh, you son of a gun. The reason I was showing you with my fingers is because this weight slides back and forth. As it slides back and forth in a channel that's cut out, as you can see, it hits a wall on each side. And guess what the wall on each side is? A sharp angle. It's catching it on the way up. It's catching it on the way back. Woo! So now I'm annoyed. But I'm not beaten yet. What am I going to do about that? I can't file those edges down. That's impossible. That would, just screw up the club altogether. So what did I do? Are you ready? You're going to be so very impressed. Here it is. Hopefully you can see what I did. I took Gorilla Glue and I built up the edges where you see this was just sharp right there and just sharp right there. Now it's smooth like a baby's behind. Look at that. Huh? Come on, admit it. Whoop. You're impressed. You should be. You can't beat Gorilla Glue. that and a nail file, smooth it off, I should be good to go. Want to bet? Not so much. It comes off a lot better. It still gives it a when it comes off. Getting it on, I've got to like just develop a habit of when I put it on, as I get to the neck, I just like have to pull on one side, the side with the, the nonsense on it, obviously. Kind of have to pull on one side, stretch it out and get it on. Hopefully it'll stretch out over time, although this is a Jan Craig head cover and it's just solid like a freaking Rolls Royce. It's just not going to stretch out. You can stretch wool. I think if you wet it and put soap suds on it, like, washing clothing detergent, and do something to it, you can stretch it out. I'll see how much it annoys me during the course of the season. But anyway, that's the story. For those of you that are having an issue out there, and especially to my good friends at Ping, okay? In the future, a lot of people enjoy and use knit head covers. You may want to take that into account, okay? We appreciate that. Love your drivers. That's it for now until next time. I'm done. Peace out.